Heyo! Hello everybody, welcome to Salamander Racing. I am Salamander. Most people just call me Sal. How we all doing today? Papa in P1. Thanks for showing up, sir. Right off the bat. Gonna do some Joker Series practice today with all the GT World Series stuff that's been going on and NRL. Haven't been talking about the Joker Series much. I figured it'd be a good time to get a practice session up. Maybe we could get some people in. Have some people try this. Hey, Slick. How you doing? So yeah, I've got pinned in the chat the link to all the details for this particular race. It's coming up a week from Saturday. So what's that? 7, 8, 9 days away. We're going to do this. We're going to be at Willow Springs at Horse Thief Mile. Very underutilized track in Gran Turismo. We're using a bunch of open cockpit cars. The three cars are the back Maono, the Radical SR3, and the KTM Expo. Maybe I should actually put that in the chat here. Here, I'll use the keyboard for this. KTM Expo, back Maono, and the Radical. SR3. Whoops. SR3. Stream Elements is alive and well. Yeah, I think VKG is streaming, and he said he was going to stop in to do some practice, so yeah, it hasn't. In fact, let me switch to that one. I forgot on my main account here I only have the livery on the Maono. I didn't actually put the livery on the other two before I kicked off the lobby, so or actually, since nobody's in the lobby right now, I could go get the liveries quick. In fact, let me go do that. Let me go grab the liveries and throw them on. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Let's see, have I already downloaded them? I have not, so I have to go find them. Yeah. Gotta represent is right. Oh, even the back Maono has a different one on it. That's right, I had changed it up. Alright, got the KTM. Let's refresh the Maono. Alright, let's go refresh this. There we go. Put on that one. Then we'll go grab the radical. Full screen that thing so you can see what we're doing here. That's right, they used the radical in NRL one of those seasons. I think it was season 2. All right, then let's go fire this lobby back up. And you guys that are planning on running it, or just want to see what it's all about, come on in. Should be everything. I did notice that the settings on the website, there's one thing that's wrong. I have it set to equal conditions mode, and it's not equal conditions mode. So this variable time speed and equal conditions on the website, it says that that's turned on. It's not turned on. I'm going to need to go update that screenshot. Let me switch back to the Expo. Well, it's all for fun. It's all for fun, at least for now. I do plan on eventually offering some prizes and stuff, but not quite yet. So all the ones that we're running are just for funsies. I think people understand that. I mean, they take it serious. We do run it as a broadcast and all that. So, but no, I'd love to get people of all skill levels in there and then learn, you know? Yeah, that is true. Well, the thing about doing the Joker lap is, as you approach the Joker lap area, you can see if somebody's in it. So you know whether to avoid the whole protected area. And if you are taking the Joker lap, as long as you're using your turn signal, other people are supposed to be looking out for you. People are not supposed to be going into the Joker or coming out of the Joker and flying across the track. So everybody should keep things civil, but you know, that's all, you know, people following the rules. You know, if you go read the rules on what you're supposed to do, I would again encourage you to come on in, do some practice. You know, like right now, nobody's racing. We're just practicing. Maybe we'll run a race if we can get enough people in here that want to do it. But also, this isn't the actual event. So this is most definitely to learn, crash, make your mistakes before the actual event. So by all means, if you're interested. VKG, you coming on over? Yo, yo. All right, let's get on the track while we're waiting for people to show up. I tell you what, this race is actually, I mean, once you have to get used to it. At first, it's very frustrating. But once you get used to it, this is actually a really fun one to run. See? Yeah, we got the rules docs. I even have a little video that's like a how-to, just how the Joker lap works at this track. So you can watch that too to kind of get the Cliff's Notes. But the document for the track tells you like where all the protected stuff is. Yeah, watching the video should help you out. I am listening to you, VKG. The three cars, I'm actually going to post it in the chat right now. It's the back Maono, the Radical, and the KTM Expo. tires are the Sport Soft. Wait for BKG here so he can see where the Joker lap's at. Yep, on a track like this, it's pretty small. You know, at Daytona and at Monza, the Joker lap was a lot more impactful. It took you back like 10, 11 seconds. This one, I haven't actually timed it to see just how much time you lose taking the Joker. I'm guessing it's probably only like 5, 6 seconds. Man. Yeah, it's fairly simple. Oh, that's going to be a pen. Oh, maybe not. I thought for sure I cut that a little too much. Arms will be tired by the end of this one. Alright, let's see if I can run VKG down. Oh, never mind. He spun out. Oh, he jumped out. I was going to try to do a little follow the leader. I see him. See if I can run him down. Oh yeah, he went off the track. Whoa! off into the dirt again. Gotta keep it on the track. You know, that back mono is a bit unwieldy. I remember in my testing, it's like, it's a quick car, but it is hard to control. Oh, I wasn't quite able to hold it on. Right, hold on. I gotta answer a text here. Give me a second. See, VKG is in the mono now. I'll switch over to the mono too. This one is definitely harder to control. Those other ones are easier to manage. Oh, lost it. You can off-road all over the place at this track. It's you can go all over the place. All right, let's see if I can actually get a lap in. Hey man, B-Manly77, thanks for stopping by. We are just doing a series practice tonight. So if you or anybody else are interested in running in the Joker series in a little over a week, come on in and get some practice in. Otherwise, watch us spin out a lot. There's a lot of that here. Oh, too much. Too much. There you go. So now you know what's up. The deep dive is kind of cool, huh? That was all like an AI generated podcast. It's like one of the first times I really was using AI for something. I was like, I was kind of impressed with that. So I decided to publish it. I hope so. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, the more people who can get in here, the more fun it's going to be. This is going to be, I mean, if we could get a relatively full lobby, this is going to be a very chaotic, fun to watch race for sure. Ah, pushed it too hard. Yeah, that was the idea for those that just need kind of the Cliff's Notes on how it works for this specific track. That's the way to go. Just watch the video and it tells you what to do. All right, let's see if I can make it through this corner. Purple. I need to stay purple. There we go. Got a good time in. I am not sharing which car I think is OP, but if other people want to figure it out and post it, that's up to them. I have put in quite a bit of practice to figure the cars out, but I'm leaving it up to the drivers to figure out which ones they like best. There is definitely, I mean, they're pretty evenly matched, to be honest. If you figure out how to drive each of them, they're pretty close in as far as time goes. But if you look at the stats, like one has more horsepower, but it is certainly harder to drive. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, I gotta turn to the left. Let's go. Get out. I can't get out. I'm stuck in a ditch. There we go. Reverse out. That worked. Although I should probably just pit and get new tires on. Why am I messaging? He can hear me. These are so much fun. These are so much fun to drive. They're hard, but they're fun. Oh, is that slick coming in? Alright, I'm going to change back to the... Let's go back to the Expo. Hey, Slick, welcome. I will say, of all three of the cars, the back mono is definitely the hardest of the three to drive around here. The KTM Expo, if you're worried about going off the track, the KTM Expo or the Radical are much easier to keep under control. You know, so if it's all about just keeping it on the track, not necessarily the fastest time, they are definitely easier to drive. I mean, the back mono can be really fast if you get it under control, but it is more squirrely. So it's kind of a matter of just figuring out what car fits your driving style and your driving confidence, for that matter. I also have the tire wear and the the tire wear multiplier turned up pretty high, because with sports tires they need to be turned up high to actually get some wear. BKG's riding the struggle bus here, which I will say, when I started testing on here, it was pretty frustrating getting these things under control. But once you get into the flow, it is so much fun. But you have to figure them out. Each car has its own personality, especially at this track with these tires. But man, you get it figured out, and you get into that flow state, it is a blast. Oh, I kept it on. Ooh, slick. Lost it. Coming out of that first turn. That's the place where you're carrying so much speed. That back end steps out. It's like all over. I will say this is probably going to take more strategy than the previous Joker Series races because this track is going to be so hard to pass on. Like, passes being made here on track are going to be so difficult that planning when you take your pit and when you take your Joker lap, I think is going to be even more critical than at the other tracks we've been at. Lost the rear end there for a second. And one of the other hints I'll provide these guys is that the other thing you'll want to pay attention to is the elevation change. Like what gear you want to be in and how much more traction you get around some corners is dependent on whether you're going uphill or downhill. feel me coming. Whoa, too much. That was almost a disaster. Oh, barely held it on. Start to burn these tires up. Oh man, I'm just hanging it going through that first corner. Just can't quite keep all four tires on. Starting to remember how to drive the cars. I've been spending time practicing for GTWS and doing practice or figuring out what the combo is going to be for the next race, and I haven't done these laps in a while. Got to get that muscle memory back. There we go. Whoop, touch the dirt. I'm going to switch to the Radical. Need to drive into that turn 2 deeper. Like that's very much a late apex corner. Too much speed for that. That time I put too much speed into it. Down. There we go. I can't get it slowed down. Go. That corner better. Whoop, too tight. Oh, someone else wants to come in. We will accept that. Get more people in here. Oh, that might be a pen. PKG calls it wild, which it is. It is like taming a wild Mustang, that back mono. Alright, I want to watch BKG's doing here. He realized the Radical is easier to drive. Which is way easier to drive. What is it? Slick's in... Oh, Slick's in the Expo. The Expo's also easier to drive. KG's still in the Radical. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
I don't want to freak you out.
Hold on. There, I need to unmute my mic. We're back! I was hoping to see if we could get a fourth person in here. That would be fun. Alright, watching BKG for a bit. Oh, here we go. Alright, so VKG's in the Radical. I'm going to stay in the Radical. Okay, let me get back out on track. Sounds good, Slick. Is it fun? Are you at least enjoying yourself? I saw you were in the Expo, which is a little bit easier to drive than The Maono, at least. Oh, he wants to follow. Let him catch up a little bit. Oh, someone's off. Turn one. That turn one, I have a feeling, is going to claim a number of cars. I think all three of them are in European. The three manufacturers are Radical, KTM, which you already have, and BAC, BAC. Big drift. But I believe they're all in Europe. In Brand Central. If that wasn't obvious. Jeez, I keep power sliding through that corner. Oh, there goes VKG through the gravel. All right, let's try to not slide it. There we go. Not mean to downshift. Let's see. Contras, he's also in the Radical. BKG in the Expo. Switch back over to the Expo. Excuse me. Oh, dirt! Get off the dirt! Hey, Fernando's in. Welcome, Fernando. Screwed that up. Yikes. Horrible turn one. I think BKG's starting to get the hang of it. I'm not catching him. Ah! Mistakes! Let me say hi to Fernando. Whoa! Hey, Root. How you doing, buddy? Whoa! That was not what we meant to do. Alright, go down the hill. Go down the hill. Down the hill. There we go. Not down the hill. I can't get it back on track. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, into the dirt again. I'm not setting a very good example, you know, for the children. I'm doing great. There's Fernando. Yep. Yeah, all three of these cars, you kind of have to get into the groove of them. Definitely. Oh yeah, VR guys are gonna love this for sure. Sounds like VKG is really starting to have some fun with this. Oh, nope, nope. That's bad. Here we go. Flying. Hold on. All right, I meant that. We're just gonna watch from up here. You know, we got a good seat. Dirt off the tires. Whoa, got onto the dirt. Too much dirt. Not enough dirt tire. Oh, there goes the spinny spin. Tried to give it too many of the beans there. Too much throttle. Oh, slowed down too much. See, can I rein him in? Oh, too much. Dirty tires. If I can get... Whoop, whoop. Nope, don't turn. I don't know why I did that. Alright, let's do this. There, this is a good spot. This is a good spot to watch from. Strauss, Fernando. This is actually a good viewing spot. Watch these guys as they come across or come out of turn one. This is where the most speed on the track is coming up here. They have to just hang it out there and hope it sticks. There we go. There they go. See, I don't have any more. Nope. Let's get off this hill. Tires are dirty. Brake sooner. Oh. Whoa, it's not gripping. If we were in the race, this is my chance to catch up. Man, my tires are screaming for mercy. Not to mention I'm running low on fuel. Are your tires like dead? Dead, Fernando? Like dead? Mine are getting pretty worn also. I think I gotta come into the pits. Oh yeah, I have less than a lap of fuel, so I have to come in. Let's change out those tires. Let's add some fuel. You know what? I want to check something. Oh, I want to look at my testing data. Oh, sure, Slick. All right. Oh, I forgot to look. Let's say what? We got VKG still in the Expo. Slick is in the Mono. Fernando in the Radical, and Contraus also in the Expo. Maono's fun. It's hard to drive, but it's fun. If you can handle the throttle control that you need. They're all pretty awesome. Shaggy. Oh man, would love to see you in here. But I understand if you got a migraine, you take care of that. Those are not fun. Whoa, got in the dirt. In go-karts? Whoa, too much. There, got a new purple time. There we go, dropped another 1.5 tenths off. I'm finally getting back into the groove. Down to a 53.2. I wonder if these guys would actually want to run a mock race and actually start a race up. That overhead shot is kind of cool. I wish you could view like that without all the other stuff. Fernando switched to the Expo instead of the Radical. That's what I should do. I should switch back to the Maono. Okay. We'll see if these guys feel like it. EKG was having so much fun. Now he's getting frustrated. This is frustrating. You do have to kind of step back from it for a bit and then try it again. Whoa, way too shallow. Whoa, lost it. Almost 360'd it. Almost a perfect 360. Now I gotta get used to the throttle control on this thing. Forget that the throttle control is way touchier in this thing. The Expo is so much easier to drive. You can just hammer it. This thing you can't. We're purple. I just have to make it through this corner right up here. I've been overdriving it every time. Oh, almost. Whoa, dirty tires. Oh, almost half a tenth off of my fastest lap. Like get it cut down. RJ! How you doing, RJ? Nice to see you as usual. Too much. Too much there. Oh, let's watch these guys for a bit. KG back at the expo. He actually gets that final corner there done better than me. Gets it slowed down. I'm always trying to push it too hard. He's in the 53s. I see that first corner. That's the tricky part. You got to come in at it really wide. But when you're so wide, the smallest of errors and you're off into the dirt, that's the tricky. It's like you can make up lots of time, but if you misjudge it and you go off into the sand pit, I mean, you lose so much. So it's a risk reward. And after that last corner, he's always dipping that tire into the dirt, which does get the left sides a little dirty. I don't know if that's compromising the rest of that exit. Hey, Stig. How you doing, Stig? Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Did you do good? Get a good round of golfing? He hits that first turn really shallow. And he gets to the second, that first hairpin. The second hairpin, it's a late apex. You got to go at it wide and then apex it late to get the speed coming down the hill. He almost had it there. He actually had the right idea. He was coming at it and just dipped the tires in. But otherwise, that was about perfect. There we go. He's hitting that first hairpin, late apex. That's good. Charge down the hill. Come to this bottom of the hill apex. Which is also, you got to get to it late. Good. He comes up the hill. This one you got to go deep and wide. There we go. And then back down the hill. Try not to slide the car. Doesn't slide it. Back up the hill to the final hairpin, where where you have to slow down so much. And then through this little section where you can't go full bore. It's one of those where if you leave just a little bit of throttle coming through like the start finish and the final corner just before the start finish, you keep a little bit of throttle. It keeps the car a little more stable. But it's like 10-20%. Whereas if you leave it off all the way, then you kind of get into a slide and that slows her down. Slick still trying to make this mono work. Oh, Contral's is trying the radical now. Strauss was trying to late apex that top corner as well, but then he cut it in too much. That final apex, oh there, he nailed it that time. Got her slowed down enough. Come through that final corner. Oh, see, that's beautiful. A lot of flow through that one. Oh, but off in turn one. That radical's a bit of a cheat code as far as how well it handles, though. Yeah, RJ, they got the simulators at Emerald Greens. We totally need to go play golf there. I've got a brand new set of clubs I got this year. I never even took them out. I need to go actually try to use them. We need to set up a time. I know trying to get time with you has been difficult. Heck, time with me is difficult. But we need to figure something out, definitely. Let's go back to the radical. Took that too wide. power slide. Man, my feet are starting to get sore. Like, you get a bit more of a foot workout in this one. Like, your feet are doing a lot of work. They always say that you kind of drive with your brakes. Like, the way to be fast through the corners is to manage the brakes best. And this track, in this particular combo, especially with the lower grip tires, that really comes into play. That you really have to get used to that trail braking and getting the back end to like be on that verge of sliding, or maybe even slide a little bit to get that rotation around the corner, because that helps. And then it's also managing, what I was mentioning earlier, is that some of these corners you have to keep just a little bit of throttle on because it keeps the car more stable. And then you can keep the speed up. Alright, I'm probably gonna shut her down fairly soon here. Let's let everybody know. Oh, I'm getting tired. This is a hard one. .6. Those 53s, if you can start putting in regular 53s or low 54s, I think you'll do pretty good. I would imagine there's going to be some of these aliens like Josh Moment are going to come in here and be like, oh yeah, 52s, which I have yet to run. I mean, spoiler alert, I haven't run a 52 in anything, any of these three cars. I have that same frustration. You come out of the pits, that very first lap coming out of the pits, that first corner, there's less grip the first time around, for whatever reason. You have to take it like 10 miles an hour slower. Every time I did it, that's what I had to do. It's like you think you can hang it through there. Yeah, sure, Slick. Thanks for joining us. That was fun. I've run so many laps here all by myself. It was fun having some other people. It's so hard to get the perfect lap here. I mean, there's what? If you count that first turn is actually probably 2 turns. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's like 12 turns on this tiny little track. Strauss moved back to the expo. I like the livery he's got on there. It's slick. Let these guys finish up a couple more laps at least. You keep it under control. Keeps it on track. Keeps it in the 90s going around that first corner. I found that was sort of the barometers. If you could get through that kink in the first corner at 100 miles an hour, that's a really good first corner. But the only way to get 100 miles an hour through there is to do it perfect. Strauss lost it. Spun out after the first hairpin. we're going to shut this thing down now. Thank you guys for coming on out. Or actually, before I shut it down, make sure to save the settings so you can practice it on your own if you wish. There we go. Let them know to save the settings. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream too. So thanks for everybody who came out to practice. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, God, we had 5 people in here, so that was fun going around. Well, this is gonna be a blast when we actually run the race and we actually get whatever 8, 10, 12 people in here trying to vie for position. Once you got some stuff to fight over in addition. You know, more so than just fighting the track itself, that'll probably make it even more fun. So, looking forward to doing that. Once again, this Joker Series race that's going to happen on the 22nd. About 2 p.m. Central Time is when we're going to kick things off, kick off the stream. And then once we get everybody joined in, we'll actually get the races going. So, until then, everybody, peace out. Be nice to one another. Have a good one. We'll see you again soon. Later.